Yeah, we'll sneak up. I'm not sure if you guys have a notification. Oh, I'm having problems already streaming. We're just doing some tests. Let me know if my volume is okay. I'll go check, actually. I don't know what's up, if it's my network connection. What's going on? We're having a little bit of trouble with my frame rates being dropped. I don't know. It's usually not like this. What's going on, Susan? Yeah, Esther, what's going on? Bonjour, bonjour. Yeah, don't mind me. If it drops out, it drops out. I don't know why it would, though. But it's saying that I'm having some frame rate issues, so we'll take it in stride. Daphne's live over there, so you guys have some content to go watch. I don't know what she's talking about. I was busy watching predator hunting videos. I was watching, man, I was watching Skeeter Jean. That guy is funny as hell. Oh my God, he's got some good ones. Let me see. Good to see you, Chelsea. Yeah, Skeeter Jean, and I recommend you guys go check it out. I actually prefer them. I like them. What, there's Gideon, Skeeter Jean, and Alex Rosen that does a good job too. They're repetitive, but Skeeter Jean sets these guys up. I was just watching some dude take a bath on Halloween a couple of years ago, and they set him up. He was over. They invited him over, and his intention was meeting like this 13-year-old girl type of thing. And they confront him, and then there's a law presence in the videos. It's pretty good. Entertaining. Oh yeah, but we're talking about Daniel Martel, by the way. Old Danny boy we're talking about tonight. And we're talking about Jordan. Used to bore me, but now that I know that he's lying, becoming a bit more interesting day by day. I was just reading a comment from Sarcasm Unlimited that says a couple days ago, some username that had Pokemon in the middle of the name was feverishly defending Daniel. Maybe being part of a Pokemon club is a good way to meet people. Unfortunately, they'll all have the maturity level of an 11-year-old. I said it was probably him. Lori Nova Scotia saying old Derwit is trying to steer the narrative. He's trying. It's not doing he's not doing a very good job. Ninchi says, what the frick is drone protection? I don't know. I don't know what he means when he says he has drone protection, other than it's something like you read on the back of a Pokemon card. Oh, I've got drone protection. I can't open up like I want to. Oh, wow. You must be really entrenched with the RCMP in this investigation, Daniel. What's up, Mr. Hemi? What are you saying? What happened to my comment? Oh, you bastard. Hold on. That says it's an excellent connection right now. I don't know what to believe. There's some things going on. I'm not going to let it distract me, though. Let me go back, pull up these comments again. Just one moment. Yeah, Nancy doesn't know what drone protection is. I used to do a video on that. It's a real stretch. I couldn't even imagine what that would be. Maybe all of these RCMP are so concerned with all of you liars out there, all of you people talking shit and throwing suspicion on him. The RCMP have the drones up to protect you and protect him against you, or from you, excuse me. I don't know why we're being so slow. My internet seems slow tonight for whatever reason, so just be patient. I don't know what the fuck's going on. It's probably Jordan Gettys DDoSing me. Brute force attacks. Trying to knock my signal out. What do you think, Starcart? Geez, I'm waiting a long time. I'm still sitting here waiting for it, if you can believe it. So I'll go on. Let me just pull it up on the side chat. Holy hell. This is slow. We're going to have to think about other things. Susan got info about Jack throwing shoes on the bus at people. Yeah, Jack was throwing shoes on the bus? What do you mean? Well, I think by drone protection, it's probably surveillance in that sense. That's what it sounds like to me. He can't open up like he wants because the RCMP are monitoring his every word is more like it. Why wouldn't they be? Why wouldn't they be? Roseanne says, Jordan and Edmund both have a horrible history I've seen. So apparently Durwood has sons that won't talk to him. Did anybody else hear that? I know a couple of you will, because that's where I got the information from. But the conversation, excuse me, the conversation in the background there, Durwood, is that you've got maybe 2 other sons that won't talk to you. I don't know why that would be. Am I cutting out, Helen? Yeah, it sucks. My internet's acting up on me, so I'm going to try to push through it. Let me check my... oh, fuck. My stream did reconnect. Hopefully I didn't go anywhere. Hopefully I'm okay. I just reset my VPN. Check 1, check 1, check 2. I'm here. No video going. It should be okay. It should be very... Let me see. It should be okay. No alarms. Guys, can you hear me? Let me know. No problems there? Hit 1 and give me a 1 in my chat if you can hear me now. I just reset it. Anyway, so this Roseanne is telling me that Jordan and Edmund, who's Edmund, both have a horrible history. Edmund is one of those pipeline boys, isn't it? Chase Lays. Thanks, Patriot Girl. Daphne's internet is messing up as well. Yeah, it's not normally like this. Like, there's something going on, so I'm not going to let it distract me. There's something going on. Maybe it is the solar storm that's going on out there. I can't see you, moron. Well, it's okay, douchebag. What else are you saying? Who is that? Sarcasm Unlimited. Says, based on recently available information in my live chat, or in my comments section, there's an extremely high of Jordan Gettys and Daniel Martel having been jointly involved in some criminal activity, with dickhead Darren potentially also participating. Oh, for sure he is. It's not clear whether or not it had something to do with the disappearance of Jack and Lily. Yeah, yet. But I would say it probably does. Oh, Edmund is the guy at the Dollarama? Thank you very much for that. What does you guys think? People on the case. Well, Daniel doesn't have any coworkers. He's not working. He's off on stress leave, right? Yeah, I know, Sassy. I'm cutting out. No, you're cutting out. You're cutting out now. The fuck is going on with my internet? Hold on, let me see. Let's pull up something. Why are they making my life difficult? Spray. It's acting up. It's acting up everywhere. It sounds like it's a slow internet. At least I know it's not my software in that sense, so it's a good thing. So I just got to muscle through it. I even reset my router, so it shouldn't be anything on my end. Danny on stress leave, taking criminal interrogation classes. Well, so he says. Yeah, what's up, Charmaine? Is he back working? How do you know that there, Robin? Yeah, people out there are going to have different results. For some people, it might spin a little bit. All right, that's fine. Ninchi dropped another. Daniel taking criminal interrogation classes is hilarious. Well, it took for 2 kids to go missing to spark under your ass in order to educate yourself to get ahead. Oh, you think that's suspicious? You know, it is suspicious to a cop. If you're an investigator, absolutely it is. Yeah, Charmaine, he told you he's back full time? Well, that's good. Nobody will be talking behind his back at work, that's for sure. Yeah, Susan, it might spin. Just refresh your stream if you have to. I'm going to have to ignore it. There's nothing I can do about it. I got to put myself through this crap. I apologize. I got the speediest internet. Fucking Rogers. Yeah, a few people have said that. Is that right, Patriot Girl? That he's back working doesn't mean he is. Yeah, exactly. That's based off his his statements that have proven themselves to be unreliable, no doubt. What the fuck are you talking about in my chat, Silver Gold Guitars? What the fuck are you talking about, bro? You do that all the fucking time. You're making no sense. I think you're probably high. Do you live in Westville, man? Silver Gold might live in Westville. Check the lumberyard. Are the drones up? Ginger Snap, I don't know. Why did Jordan Gettys lie? Why did Malaya decide to leave that particular day? Why did Malaya decide to end the relationship? Why did she block Daniel? All questions that we can talk in great detail. Good to see you, Marley. Pissing me off totally over here. Pissing me off this internet. I can't even blame it on you, Chair Bear. Can't even blame it on her on the iPad. It's all slow. I'm getting alarms. I have to put up with it. Why did Jordan Gettys lie? Let's go over to, you know what? Let's go over and see this son of a bitch. Adventures Underwater. Crap. You hope they check that scrapyard next door to Jordan's. Apparently there are cameras in there. Yeah, they usually, those scrappers keep an eye on things, don't they? Is that what it is? A big scrapyard? I saw you guys looking at something that way. The hell's going on here, Cool Jay? Good to see you. Let me change this. Look at right at the top, Jordan Gettys. Lilly and Jack Sullivan, Jordan Gettys, June 25th. Or is it June 30th? Yeah, June 30th. Darren Gettys' son speaking live on Dolly Vision. Again, be patient. Be patient, friends. We're having internet difficulties. You might have to refresh your connections the odd time to keep up with my intermittent streaming. For the temporary thing, it's temporary. See, like, look at how slow this is. The thing, there's never normally any waiting. It's like we're on dial-up again.
And thanks to your dad?
Well, this is gonna suck. What in the frick?
Open
what the fuck?
To Darren's son. Dolly.
Yeah, how you doing, Dolly?
How's it going? This Darren's son?
Yeah, this is Jordan Gettys.
I'll check in a second.
Jordan, yes. Okay, what's going on with you, Jordan?
I want to say one thing, maybe a couple things. My father's trying to do everything he can for Lily and Jack.
Uh-huh.
Everything that's going on.
I believe your father. I think he's just getting misinformation.
Please. Yeah, I don't know. Everything that's going on between.
Uh-oh, retard
Fucking
alert.
retard alert.
Retard alert, class.
Now we're ready for Jordan.
What people are saying and dividing the fucking goddamn conversation to fucking something negative. My father's trying to help as much as he can. My old man is a good man.
Uh-huh.
Like, my family right now is getting a little bit torn apart by this.
Uh-huh. Okay. I believe I believe you. I believe it.
Call me a scammer. The other people, like, I got people showing up at the house. I'm damn good friends with Daniel.
Uh-huh.
I knew him for a long time.
Okay.
I said from the very get-go that he had nothing to do with this.
Okay.
Why would anybody do that? Especially someone as good.
Nothing to do with what there, Jordan? Nothing to do with what? What's this thing that you guys are trying to fix? That you guys have nothing to do with, this thing that you keep... You all do it. Janie, Danny Boy, Derpwood.
Good as Daniel, in my mind.
Well, I don't personally know Daniel, so I'm trying to learn myself a little more about Daniel.
Well, everyone needs to learn, because everyone keeps saying crazy shit. There's people up here taking pictures of my house, taking pictures of me. I'm getting fucking goddamn messages and whatnot.
Hey, look, I'm going to ask you one thing, okay? You can say every cuss word that you want to say. I have no problem with.
Okay, I'll stop cursing then.
No, you can curse, but just don't use the GD word, okay? That's the only thing.
Dolly's
you can say
religious.
Fuck, damn, shit.
Yes, I got you there now. No GD words.
No GD words, and you can go ahead and take the floor and say whatever you like.
No gold diggers.
My father's trying as much as he can. He's getting a ton of heat right now.
Yeah.
My family's getting heat. People are anonymously sending me messages. They're fucking. They're coming to my house, taking pictures, drones over the top of it. I just talked to the RCMP today. People are saying my family.
I wonder if that's true. I wonder if people are flying drones over his house. That would be a good thing. Easy, Silver. Dolly can be nice. You don't have to be mad at Dolly. Cool J says, damn good friends with Daniel. And just so happens that RCMP got a tip that the kids in Malaya were seen at your home. RCMP must have been surprised to learn you were old friends.
Is incest. They're saying,
oh wow,
yeah, it's getting quite pathetic if you ask me. One,
Daddy's a master of saying nothing. You haven't. Listen, he doesn't have a point here. Who's saying what? It's a bunch of generalities. It's so vague. It's disgusting.
Man figured out a lot more than a lot of other fucking people.
So you want to elevate your dad, your old man. He figured out so much more than all these other people could. Think about this is like 6 weeks after the kids are reported missing.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, apparently you
just talked to the RCMP today. People are saying my family is incest. They're saying,
oh wow,
yeah.
People are saying my family is incest. Did you hear that? Is that the next thing that's going to smack us in the head? That your daddy and your mommy are related?
Yeah, it's getting quite fucking. They're coming to my house, taking pictures, drones over the top of it. I just talked to the RCMP today. People are saying my family is incest. They're saying,
oh wow,
yeah, it's getting quite pathetic if you ask me. One man figured out a lot more than a lot of other fucking people could.
Yeah, so what did Derpwood figure out exactly? What did Derpwood out? This was back when they were really heavy pushing this Malaya. The kids are alive, being taken care of on some reservation somewhere, some random reservation. In order to even have that information or to know that would indicate that you're in the know on the suspect side of this particular case. Old Derpwood figured that out, did he? You mean manufactured it? You mean fabricated it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, apparently your father's close to both sides.
What do you mean close to both sides?
Well, he says he's kin to Malaya. Is that true? He's a third cousin?
Down the line for sure.
And he's friends with Daniel and Daniel's brothers and his family. So that's what I mean, that he's close to both sides.
Friends with the brothers of the family. Yep. No, I'm not going to start clarifying too much. It's just I can't stand the thought of people trashing and people showing up, me chasing them away. Taking pictures. The RCMP showed up and said that I was in the front yard of my house where my father doesn't live no more because him and my mother are separated.
Okay. Did they separate behind this? What's going on?
So it sounds like he's living at home with his mom and Derwood doesn't live there anymore. How long ago did your old man get kicked out of the house? How long ago did your hero daddy
No, they separated 8 years ago.
Oh,
9
okay.
years.
Okay.
And it's out of proportion with everything. I don't know quite what it is, but why would I be like? Why would I be in the front?
Yeah, I'm buffering again. Cool J. Yeah, I'm assuming. Is it pretty bad? Let me see. That's disappointing. There's nothing much I can do about it. There's a warning in the background telling me that, viewers are going to experience some buffering. So there's some sort of disruption. And it's not me. Fuck, it's not me. It pisses me off. But rest assured that I did do everything. I appreciate you telling me. It tells me up here on my Streamlabs desktop. It tells me about all the frames I drop over the minutes, and it sucks. And it's like, what? And that never happens. It never happens. So it just so happens something's going on tonight, and it has to do with the slow connection. So my apologies on behalf of Rogers. They got us to the World Series. We couldn't quite win it, and I blame it all on Rogers. Yeah, I hate buffering too.
Front yard with Daniel's kids and Malaya in the fucking yard with Meadow
and Jack and Lily.
Okay, they're saying you were in the front yard of your house with Meadow and Daniel, or front yard of Daniel's house.
Yeah. No, my house.
Okay.
Where I grew up. That's what the tips are. I know the RCMP are trying their best, and God bless them.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't aware of that.
What's happening right now is getting out of hand. I heard a couple things now that's going on with my father, that he's going to get hurt.
Oh, I haven't heard that.
Well, to whoever is getting out of hand here in a way with a man that's literally trying to help.
Yeah, I don't think your dad's a bad guy. I think he's been feeding information that he believes is real, but at the same time, I'm going to lie to you. I think Daniel lied in the beginning, and I think Malaya lied in the beginning. Now, and I believe your dad is hearing a lot of information coming from Daniel's side, and he's running with it. And I don't believe that to be accurate information at all. That's
Daniel
opinion,
I don't care. Yeah, everyone's entitled to their opinion, and I guess they're entitled to their insults. But from what I know, and I don't know really much, just I probably friggin' sound like friggin' I'll wing that right now, but Daniel passed a polygraph, didn't he? Why would Daniel be running through the woods like a maniac looking for the kids? But he loves those kids.
So he says.
Yeah. Who is Jordan to even say that? You can't have it both ways, Jordan. And we've come to learn that Daniel doesn't love the kids in that sense. And you can really get that through the pictures. He was holding Lily when she was younger, as though she was like sick with something. In this case, listen, Wade and Kiki, unfortunately, have given us a perspective into what was really going on in their lives. Daniel couldn't help but dislike the kids in that sense. They didn't fit into his lifestyle that he wanted to lead at the time. And he felt obligated to be doing something that he felt that was otherwise Malaya's whole purpose, or her job, not his. And at the same time, he wants clout and credit, and you to acknowledge just how fantastic of a father that he says he thinks he was.
Man, I knew him for years. I knew him since, I'm 33 now. I knew him since I was 14 years old, matter of fact.
Okay.
People can blow this up as much as, like, It's just the hate, the harassment against.
The hate, the harassment. See, what does he consider hate and harassment in all of this? That's what I want to know. Like, give us some for examples. You would think that he would be giving us stories in that sense. No, he just wants to, focus and really do what Durwood's doing and point, fingers at people who are talking about the case, no matter what side of the fence that they're on. There should only be one side when it comes to the safety of Jack and Lily, and knowing that there's nothing that you should take at face value in this case, especially when it comes to their fabricated story that they came with that day. There has to be something, because they're not going to get in front of the camera and talk about the case that much differently than what it is that they told the RCMP. It's not going to differ that much. The story that they told the RCMP about, the 20 minutes before 9:40 a.m. up until the point of like 10:01 or whenever they called the RCMP is such nonsense. There had to have been an ongoing dispute, like in the heat of an argument throughout this period of time. There's too many emotions tied up into whatever was occurring at that moment in time. Did it happen behind Malaya's back? I have a hard time believing that, and I'm not going to believe that until the truth comes out. I'm keeping my mind open. But it doesn't end with her not being able to protect her children or her prioritizing her own needs over that of her kids, in this sense, to the point that they've been unalived. There's so much about this situation that Daniel misrepresents. And he's so obviously lying. He's so at ease lying. Why would you believe him at any other point? And the answer is the RCMP don't. How could you? Take a look at how he's representing Jack and Lily, or lack thereof, in front of the cameras. It's all his own self-interests in that sense, which is completely representative more of a preemptive defense than anything else. We know where this is going. You don't just get involved in a situation like this if you're not involved or somehow culpable in whatever happened, Durwood and Jordan. Why are they lying, though? These are the things that we love to sip our warm drinks to late at night and chew on our little favorite snacks and tune into our true crime communities. This is what keeps us up, keeps us thinking. Why did Jordan and why did Durwood lie? And look at how they deal with it behind the scenes. Like, that really seals the deal for me. They have something to hide. They need to intimidate individuals. Hey, Lobster, isn't that Kent Corbett's sock account? Can't you resubscribe to me? Why is that, son? Why do you keep coming back and trying to sneak in my live chat? You want to tell me all about what the tourist information is at Pictou County this year? Get the fuck out of here. Clean yourself up. Tamer Worley says, the mom knows what happened. She's scared to go to jail. I would agree with that. She let it happen. So, like, it's hard not to come up with a rolling theory that whatever ongoing dispute was going on between Malaya and Daniel was continuing, itself right up until that Saturday as she left. No Lobsters, not Kent. I don't know if you know. How do you know, Charmaine? Somebody was telling me that. I don't know that to be true. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't ostracize you like that, Lobster. But the potential's there. People are talking in the background. Too many people grabbing at the bog. That's one way to term it, Julie. What's up there, Jen? Patriot Girl wouldn't trust certain people because there's probably little informants telling Daniel about Durwood too. Oh, I don't know. They're not very good at bullshitting. They're unsophisticated in that sense, and it's superficial. It's too easy with these fools. That's sad. Because something happened to Jack and Lily that shouldn't have happened. Now, the question is whether it was by hand or was it by an irresponsible rug abuser? We talk about that all the time. The either, the or, and all of this. But the fact that Daniel needs to walk around as though he's innocent in anything, as opposed to acknowledging any of the important questions that would naturally come along with such a situation, it's entirely self-serving, and it's something to behold. It's unique in the world of true crime right now.
Everything people make in face, but why am I getting pictures taken of me?
I don't know. I didn't even know you was involved in it, to be honest with you. I know Durwood because Durwood called in. Yeah, when I first talked to Durwood.
Do you guys think Jordan's paranoia is legitimate in this call, or do you think it's a little bit too forced and he's being a fake? It's his false persona. At its source, there probably is that word because it rhymes here, right, with what is being talked about right now with this eyewitness that lives quite close to Jordan, seeing Malaya, Daniel, and the kids allegedly that morning on the Thursday, May 1st, excuse me. Now, that was before everything else under. Why is he lying? Why doesn't he just get to the point? Why doesn't Jordan just get to whatever point he's trying to make? I don't know, because he doesn't have any. Is that suspicious to any of you? It's just like a reel of avoidance. Lobster's also done things that I don't think can be done from a wheelchair. Okay, I'll take your word for it, Charmaine. Excuse me. Charmaine, you know how easy it is to switch in and out of accounts? You can be 3 or 4 different people in one live chat and fuck somebody over fairly quickly. It's been done. Daniel's cryptic dead silence. You're saying Patriot Girl contacted Susan and Susan knows he read it. People think it was Malaya. Who the hell is Susan? Are you talking about Susan B here? Or Susan who? Silver, you're calling people stupid in my live chat. Are you sure you're not Daniel? They're all involved themselves, every last one. Well, that's more of a coherent statement than I've seen you write in my chat in quite some time. Thank you. Tammy Worley, Daniel is a fool. That's true. He had a blessing, and he hurt all of him and everyone around him. Ruggs, lies, and even his crazy moms. She should go to jail too. Teach him what was bad and good when he was little. Well, I think you're assuming a lot there. There's probably some key factors that we can see at work that are contributing to where he is, and his lack of ownership. His addiction's probably gotten way out of control, and that's what it was sounding like 2 weeks before when he was at Easter over at Wade and Cindy's. And he had to take a hiatus and spend an hour out in the bush with his skin looking like, Finian's rainbow meats. And people are just saying that they see that in Malaya as well, in her skin tone. And I guess it's subjective, but I didn't see it necessarily. It just didn't feel as though she was representing that time and place in the situation very well, if she truly believed any of the words that were coming out of her mouth, because she seemed a little bit resigned and defeated in that way, as opposed to in a panic trying to search for her children that she just saw 20 minutes earlier. Remember that time that Daniel said that he heard Lily's screams? He was, almost after the kids. They were just outside, heard the screams, and then the helicopters came, and he couldn't hear her anymore. They went through every step of the process trying to make it look as though those kids were just there. That was his prime motive for being out there, and really somebody having to go and find him to stop him from searching. Well, why were you searching around like a weirdo? Leaving it all on Malaya way back at Janie's trailer to entertain. You prioritized inviting everybody over under the guise of doing what exactly? You needed to traumatize everybody that you included, meaning Malaya and Daniel in the moment. I believe Kiki, and she allowed us into really what's being talked about from Malaya's side of the family and some of the reasons why they don't like Daniel. And it has to do what would otherwise be child torture. Would you consider that physical abuse as well as emotional? I mean, it's a situation. Talking about cruel and unusual punishment in that sense. How many times, it must have been something for Malaya to say something to Cindy about. So it must have been an issue. That must have been something that I would expect to happen. When do you think? Months before December? Maybe the previous year before that? Was that at the trailer or was it at Patty's? I don't know when. Not that it's necessarily important to us, but I hope she's told these investigators in great detail about it, or what it is she knew. I don't think Kiki knows all that much other than what her mom and Wade talk about. Not that you necessarily have to believe every single word, because things can get exaggerated, but when we're talking about child welfare, you can't take that chance. We as listeners, as followers, there are some things that we're not entitled to in that sense. Although you can paint a picture of the potentials there, and not to mention the most important thing, which would be the risk factor, and that was through the roof. Daniel doing those substances is put those children at risk. Daniel couldn't contain himself. Remember what that Taylor Shabusiness did to that poor dude, tweaking out in bed, cut them all up and put them in a bucket for the dude's mom to find. Holy fuck. What in the what is going on? Daniel did something crazy. Daniel, this ongoing pressure of something, his worst nightmare, the biggest thing that Daniel didn't want to happen happened, and that was Malaya leaving. And Malaya, being the type of person that she probably is, really wanted to avoid that conflict at all possibilities, because look at what it has led to each and every time. And really, Malaya is soft. This is me assuming that she that she didn't have the chutzpah in that sense to tell Daniel what's important in the relationship because of where she found herself positioned. One, Daniel wouldn't listen to her in that sense. He talked for her. The substances really managed their lives. There's decisions that had to have been made, and we saw a window of that not only from Wade, but what was that other? It was talk about it in the Globe and Mail article about having difficulties with CRA and being cut off of certain benefits at the end of April. So not that you're looking at that to be any key contributor, but you're looking at it because they would have fair warning, and you can see some of the troubles that were on the horizon from an earlier date for them now looking back over it. So it was already, they talk openly about, and Janie talks openly about them having financial difficulties, and I don't think that that's too much of a stretch. That's not going to be a lie because you can see that. It's not the only thing. So what was Daniel running away from that he was staying high all the time? Because you check out of life when you're using in that sense. Has he gone completely into the realm of criminality? How is he maintaining his job? We don't know all of these little things, but if we're to believe Malaya, the previous 14 months to her stood out because she made it noted, and it could be a lie, but she made it, she said that it was the day before she was going to get induced with Meadow was when she found out about Daniel's hardcore drug addiction, in other words. And even though you could probably, that's probably bullshit, what she did is acknowledge the fact that Daniel was an addict right there, and she distanced herself from it. So it doesn't really matter if it's true or it's not. It's to stay on top of all of these things some way and acknowledge in public, in front of a camera, in vain, that he's the first one to tell everybody that he's done a drug before. But even in answering that, he's not answered the question. There's no reliable denial. There's no honest experience or communication. There's just this reference to having done a drug sometime in the past, and that's somehow to compensate for what it is that the allegation is bringing. Avoidance, again. He's avoiding answering that question directly, owning it. His substance use was absolutely the contributing factor to whatever happened to Jack and Lily in the trailer. That was the root of all of the evil here. It drove Daniel's lies and deception, and that's what probably couldn't save his relationship. The constant need, when you're starting to lie to one another in that sense, on top of everything else, because you're hiding your addiction. Because I'm pretty sure you didn't go into the lumber mill and tell them all that you were getting high in the back while you were doing whatever it is that you're doing. There's no way that you can take that credit for acknowledging a past addiction and you've gotten over it in that sense, Daniel, without actually owning any of your behavior. You avoid that at all costs. You're not even anywhere close to being ready for recovery. You're going to have to be one of those that are forced into it in that sense. Silver, when we progress in the case as far as going to court, absolutely. I'll go hang out in Nova Scotia for a while. Patriot Girl says Daniel is avoiding DT since... Please don't mention any other channels in my live chat. But okay. Daniel is avoiding drunk Daniel Turkey since he was asking to prove the trailer closets. Well, it shouldn't be very difficult. He didn't... Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Daniel's claim right away is that the trailers didn't even have any closets. Why the fuck would you build a living space with no closet space? That's what makes something a bedroom in the first place. Your master bedroom would have a walk-in closet. You know? Come on. What the hell's going on in there? Dolly can't get a passport, Julia. Oh yeah, he's a criminal in that sense. Yeah, I'm not sure he'll be able to get across the border. I'll go. I'm going out. Absolutely. When this progresses, when the RCMP get their happy hands together and get this show on the road, we're all ready. Get 12 people and throw them up on this stand. Let's get this show on the road. Wasn't the water heater in a closet? Yeah, you think you would even have a closet in a trailer when you enter the door right away, too. There'd be something in there. He's got to have to manage this new bullshit lie. Sometimes they just slip out of him. Now he's going through there destroying all the spaces. No. There's one you can talk back saying, okay, there's a couple closets. I don't think he really wants to acknowledge the accusation because he's just going to lose. He's going to go down an avenue that's not going to make him look very good because they can easily go back to Kiki's source in that sense. This is just Kiki, emoting out to the Facebook world, the world of social media, because she's sick and tired of the way that Malaya is acting in this situation. It wasn't even a direct accusation towards Daniel. So he's really got nothing to be mad about. She was calling Malaya out, just like Daniel. Esther, there are closets in an RV. Well, there's probably closets in her RV too. Yeah, where are you going to keep all your shit? Where are you going to put all this shit that you don't want to put away? You just shovel it right in the closet. There'll be some little nook or cranny. There'll be something. Yeah, one of those mobile homes actually have water heaters in a closet. Some of the older models. Yeah, well, you have to put them somewhere. But they make those little stubby ones, right? They can fit into a cupboard, a closet, out of the foot traffic. But now he's caught himself. Like, why would you even mention that? Why would you even say anything about the closets? This bitch. Charlie doesn't even have closets. How do you know? You could have even rephrased it. He never edits, does he? He never checks. He's just going with it. He's transparent. He's open. He's being honest with y'all. How could he possibly have anything to do with it? He's right here, interacting with all of you. Avoiding every question at every angle. Protecting all of the important information of the case. He's really redefining what it means to be a suspect in a situation like this. Oh, yes, everybody, you can talk to me. In fact, bring all of your leads to me so I can disprove them right away. It's so much easier that way. Dude said that. Daniel uses the top of his water heater to play with his plasma lighters. Yeah, so his water heater was in the shitter, wasn't it? In the washroom? I could believe that he never uses a closet. He probably doesn't even know what the hell's in there. It's not even his trailer. It's Janie's. Somebody should go ask Janie if there's any closets in the trailer. She'll remember. Oh, that'll be the worst one to get. Janie contradicts Daniel. Oh, no. Now she's got to go with this lie? How's she going to manage that? Daniel never denies allegations straight up. He always finds one aspect he can deny. It's called plausible deniability. You just got to think of something, especially the fact he's always got an answer for things. So such a quick one, like Lily's black eye. The fact that he introduced that was bizarre. You don't even know that to be true. What are you saying, JM? Did anyone say that this incident happened at Daniel's Love Shack? What's the Love Shack? What Love Shack are you referring to? Maybe it never happened there since him and Malaya lived in other places before moving to that Love Shack. You mean the trailer? Oh, the incident? Well, there's still a question out there whether the kids actually made it home and what they actually did that Thursday evening. We can't quite verify that the kids actually made it home that day. Just a couple vague references to it. You would think that something so easy, they treat it as though they did because of the story that the parents came out with in that sense. But technically, no. We can't verify that they actually made it home Thursday. It doesn't mean they didn't. It just means that they really, and what it really does over time is highlights the fact that they don't want to provide a timeline of the most important, crucial minutes and hours before they were reported missing. And anytime there's a question, they're fading in and out of sleep several times in a short amount of time. It's funny how they know the time that they're drifting in and out of sleep in the first place. Oh, sorry guys, I'm up here drifting in and out of sleep. What's up, Lindy? What's interesting about the claim is it's so very specific, right? You know, we want to sit here and toss back because it's so wild to us. It's new information about poor Jack being upside down in a car seat for an extended period of time, where the reality is probably going to be so much more sinister and terrifying if we knew the truth. That's pretty specific for Kiki to say. I mean, and for Malaya, it would have had to have come from Malaya through Malaya to Cindy or Patty in that sense. And it would have been a source of contention between them in the home. Like, was there such a thing as being pushed too far for Malaya? I don't know. Many of you will probably be able to answer that at this point in time, considering we can't find Jack or Lily. Yeah, Tammy Worley. Exactly. You know, we already know he's withholding guilty knowledge. We don't need that, but you make a good point. He even admitted he hurt them. That sentence he wrote wasn't a mistake. He told the truth by accident. Listen, preaching to the choir. He gives himself away, and he does so all of the time. I don't know what's worse. That will, you know, why do you think he actually does that? You know, it's probably a question that's going to be better asked a lot later in all of this than it is now. overly desperate to be perceived as human in a situation where he wants you to forget really all about Jack and Lily. That's a good phrase. Daniel made a mistake. He did tell the truth by accident. Leakage. But only directly, and we just don't recognize it because it's out of norm. It looks like a slip when it's really not. I get you. Oh, hi, low, Pictou County. Very blustery night. It's shitty here too. Yeah, is it clear out there? I should go out and check. I should go put up my my GoPro. You're having that solar storm, aren't we? I got some good shots last time, but it was all cloudy where I am right now. Well, you're entitled to believe or not believe it, Katie. I tend to believe that they're being abused. Who knows exactly what's true? I want to know more information about it. I don't want to be in a position to be able to tell you whether it's true or not. It's just somebody saying it. I'm not choosing to believe it or not believe it. I'm definitely taking it into consideration. But we already know how abusive, and that we were just getting a little taste of exactly what the family talk about Daniel. And Kiki was upset at Malaya about it. So what are the things that we don't know? We have a reason to speculate. We have a reason to think about it. Tammy Worley, you're saying now that he's caught, he's taking everyone down with him? If they tell? Well, he definitely signals that. They believe he won't throw them under the bus. His kind will in the end. There's going to come a day for that. The kids had one too many black eyes for you, Pink Roses. Man. Yeah, be good, Sir Jane.
Well, the internet's a positive thing. It's a ferocious thing. And my poor brother too, and like his side of what his kids, his mother and whatnot too, they're getting harassed. Everyone in this situation now is getting so stressed out. And these people with their full fucking talk and their 2 cents. It's not fair. It's about Lily and Jack, and there's a man trying to help. If anyone can hear me, I'm telling you right now, and I know maybe things got off the wall a little bit with what was said.
See how he does that? It's a bit passive-aggressive, isn't it?
Let me ask you there. Tell me your name one more time. I don't want to call you Durwood Jr. What's your first name?
Jordan.
Jordan. What do you think happened? Let me ask you that. What do you think happened?
It doesn't matter what I think. I think that I have no opinion on it because
On what? You don't have any opinion on what? But isn't that kind of well, that's definitely a red flag there, Jordan. See, this is what makes me feel that they have something more to do with all of this. Their inhibitions, they're so resistant to even offer up something so easy for people itching to communicate about the case. Anybody who's victimized, like, they'll give you an answer as to what they think happened. That's their chance to really open up. And you want to protect? It doesn't matter what you think. You're just an outsider and it's not your place in this circumstance. Wrong. When it comes to child safety, it's everybody's business. Esther, thank you very much. Keep shining your light of truth, AB. I appreciate that, Esther. It's very generous of you, darling. Yep, you got pink roses because they know what happened. Excuse me. You're talking the right way. Took that statement back on me. Yeah, Ginger, this was early on, so why didn't Jordan have any ideas about what happened? Well, he should. He's not a very good liar in this circumstance. He gives himself away. You know, what probably seemed like a good idea in his head as he was thinking about it in a drunken stupor. He goes and calls Dolly to gaslight the fuck out of everybody, and it just comes across so obviously and blatantly stupid. Because even in the moment he was being called out in that chat, you know, you said two different things when it comes to learning about what happened with Jack and Lily. You said two completely different things, two different completely times. So things like this stood out to you.
I'm just an outsider watching. I didn't hear about this until a week ago. I work every day, 14 hours a day.
Uh-huh. And you heard about it about a week ago. What, when people started saying stuff to your dad?
What's that?
What'd you hear about it when people started saying things to your dad?
Pretty well, yeah.
Uh-huh. And so your opinion is just Daniel's a good guy and he wouldn't do these things. Do you know Malaya very well?
I never met Malaya. I never met Lily and Jack.
Okay.
I never met anyone.
When was the last time you seen Daniel before this happened? Like, had you seen him recently?
He's got to think about that.
Daniel, I sent him a message when this first happened.
Uh-huh.
I sent the message and I told him I know he wouldn't do these things.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Norbeaster.
I've seen him maybe about 2 hours in the last, I don't know, 6 weeks maybe.
I've seen him 2 hours in the past 6 weeks. Wow. Well, he's just such a stand-up guy. You need to call in. Why doesn't Jordan's other kids talk to him, I wonder?
Okay.
He's watched.
Jordan's brothers are Durwood's kids.
And like, how can I put it? Without bringing more fucking heat.
Well, here's the thing about the internet. Whatever you say is going to be picked apart, no matter what you say.
That's what people do. You know, people have with no time. They don't give a shit, and they go back to their little lives.
Yeah, I mean it's exactly true. I mean, you got to know that when you come.
Like, what is your intention? Are you trying to come across as a complete like a douchebag? Like, when has that ever worked? You're going to call up and complain about all the people harassing your family without giving any examples, just refer to it vaguely and go on a tirade, making yourself look like a little bitch? I mean, what's the point? Why are you calling? Just to complain about how awful that you think or you say that people are treating Durwood in the background? Tell the fucking cops, pussy. Don't tell Dolly. What's Dolly going to do for you? He's gaslighting Dolly and trying to call in bullshit. He makes himself look like a tool. He makes himself and he exposes himself. Because he didn't think through what it was that he was either supposed to say or should have said.
Come up here. Even everything you're saying right now is going to be picked apart and it's going to be played on a bunch of YouTube channels.
That's fine right now with me, but I just want everybody to know my old man is doing everything he can for these kids. He's not after the $100,000 fucking $150,000 award.
Mm-hmm. Well, when he first started talking, there wasn't even a reward yet. So I know he ain't about the reward.
That shows right there, doesn't it?
Yeah, he started talking before the reward was even out there.
Right?
Yeah. Now, who he's getting the information from, I just believe these people. Daniel told some inconsistent statements that much as he's your friend or how much
I think everyone told inconsistent statements.
But why? That's what we're trying to get to, is why would they tell inconsistent statements, Jordan? We got missing kids, and there's people are not telling 100% the truth. It's people. You got to understand, when things like that happen, people are going to question it. They're going to question it heavily, and it's only growing on the internet as these things come out.
It's just the tip. This is what it is. It's only been a week and a half.
Mm-hmm. That's what
I had to. What statements is what I want to know. That's the funny thing, though. Now that everyone has their own opinion, just like you said, and everyone keeps putting their tips in.
Yeah.
And now there's a lot of things that are happening right now, even violence right now. It's kind of crazy to me if you really think about it.
I hope there ain't no violence, because nobody really knows. There's people.
You know, that's a good point, Cool Jay. It would be less suspicious if Durwood was doing this for the reward money. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. He has a much more mischievous, darker association to what happened. And it would have to be, at least, with what we know now, just helping in the cover-up, in possibly the transportation. I'm sure they'll have all kinds of laws against, this little car shift that we're suspect of at this point in time. Use of multiple cars during the hours of 12 and 4. Probably 2, based off of Bradley Wong's statement recently. Yeah, with the Norbeast are funny, where there's a gravy train, all of a sudden kids are the most important thing in the world to these tweak balls. Oh yeah, especially when they're in the hook for, their accountability. Yeah, I saw that. Damn it. Jordan's a douchebag. Him drumming. Jordan, you're not very good at keeping a beat. He just wanted to look at himself to see. He's probably bought a new drum set. Wanted to see how cool he looked behind it. I love instruments too. They want to get money off the 2 kids. Yeah, Tammy Worley. Their checks are gone and they still need the drugs. Pitiful. Well, they're being watched. The paranoia is at an all-time high around that place, especially Daniel's trailer. Now, there's some surveillance I'd love to work. I'd probably work for free, just to get my ear up and listen to what it is that they talk about. What do you guys think the conversations are like around the trailer now? You think Danny Boy's still out there working on the fence like a madman? As soon as Janie moved herself out to that RV in the driveway, that was a statement to Daniel, and she really probably held a grudge ever since that day, and she let Danny Boy know in that sense. So he felt even more obliged to go out and try to make her feel better and more comfortable, if that was even possible, by putting all of these dumbass fences up and around. But think about, listen, go back and take a look at what it looked like before they cleaned it up and called the CBC to come back over and film it again. I still want to know what that mattress is in the back of the trailer. Like there was random shit all over the place, which was bizarre. What the hell is going on up in there?
People suspect things, right? But to act on it.
Why can't people just? I can't even really wrap my head around. I'm just trying to.
Yeah,
trying to wrap my head around this. I want people to know that my dad's trying to do everything. He ain't a fucking drunk.
Yeah, he is. Fucking right, he's a drunk. Take a look at his booze nose. You don't get a big old ugly nose like that if you're not sucking on whiskey, a lot over a long period of time. That's why they call it a booze nose, Jordan.
I've heard that.
He's a good man.
I thought he was.
Why do you think your mom left him?
I think
your mom kicked him out of the house because fucking of his hardcore drinking. Yeah, huh? He's probably the dude that banged Janie. Probably broke up the relationship between Janie and Earl E. Martell, who's happily gracing our thumbnail tonight, by the way. Love that post. That's when Earl was accusing Tit of being one of those fucking YouTubers again.
He's telling us what he's hearing, and that's truthful. He's hearing these
from
things
both sides of the family. Like, I've met partially most of one part of the family and one part of the other. And listen, I keep to myself. I'm on my own business.
Yeah,
I try to as much as I can until right now, I guess, because I want to protect my father and the people that are going after my father. 3 people, if they know who I'm talking about, I know.
So do you think all of this charade is more an attempt to intimidate the 3 people that he's talking about in order to send a public message to them that they better shut up? He doesn't like the fact that they reported to the RCMP about Daniel and Malaya being there on Thursday morning because it goes against any of what it is that they said. They probably already denied it. They don't expect to be called out, or they don't want to be called out in this lie.
So there's certain people. He even told me that people were making threats towards him and his family. Now, I know nobody in here. I don't allow people in my room to make threats towards people. They'll get kicked slam out. So I know it ain't nobody here threatening them. But he told me the same thing, that, you know, he was having problems. People were threatening him just because he wants to help the kids. And I think that what it is he's repeating a lot of what Daniel has said to him. And people just believe that Daniel, the reason that people are coming at your father is because they believe he's speaking for Daniel.
Yeah, you're right, Ben. You know what? You're damn right there. People.
You don't think Janie had her North Marty? My buddy Big North Marty says, in fairness, AB, if you had to bang Janie, you'd be boozing too. Well, listen, I understand how that goes, but you know, Janie might have been a little sassy gal back in the day. Like 20 years ago when Earl was last married to her at that trailer. Do you think, was it, no, they lived over at Earl's, and then Earl kicked her out into that trailer. Man.
Yeah, but that's their opinions. That's the thing. And I want just to try to clarify a little bit. Maybe it would ease off a little bit.
And Janie, the word on the street from her out west, it was Janie who fell in temporary love and ended up having relations of a carnal nature with a particular contractor who stopped by the house. And how did Earl find out about it? I wonder if Earl walked in on this. Broke his heart, and Earl's been an angry SOB ever since.
But if they could, I literally couldn't go to work today because of my nerves and whatnot. I had to call in. I'm an essential worker now.
Okay.
I woke up to the RCMP in my yard asking me questions about Lily and Jack in my front yard. Now that
today? They came to your house today?
Today, yep.
Okay.
And I already reported so many videos of YouTube with my dad's face on and all this horse shit, and they're just bashing him and bashing him and bashing him.
Okay.
I told them exactly what they asked me. Why would Lily and Jack be in my yard? And
so somebody reported that Lily and Jack were in your front yard?
You see how interesting that, you know? Yeah, it's a red flag. Red flag, baby. Earl was probably always a POS, probably why she banged the contractor, says the real Norbeaster. Oh, that's spicy. He could probably at least get it up, unlike the one pump chump. Is that what you're saying Earl is? Come on now. Tammy, she's so scared of the truth going to come out. She's already saying heart trouble not to take a lie detector test. Yeah, JD. She will stroke out when it comes out that she needs to tell the truth for once in her kid's life. You know what's going to be the best thing about Janie? Is her testimony on the stand. That's going to be my favorite part of all of this. Listening to Janie up there on the stand, you know, being cross-examined. No matter what's going on. I'm surprised that this hasn't brought Earl and Janie back together. Maybe Durwood's in the middle of it.
A tip is what it was. A tip that was got off.
Oh, okay.
But my brother has 2 kids around the same age, and my woman does too.
Oh, okay.
Thank God. Why would Lily and Jack be in my yard? And
So somebody reported that Lily.
This is what he says to the RCMP. The RCMP come and show up at his house, and he's the man. He takes control, and he turns around and asks them a question instead.
And Jack were in your front yard?
A tip is what it was. A tip that was got off.
Oh, okay.
But my brother,
Dolly just asked them. The kids were in your front yard? Yeah, but it was a tip. It was a tip. Somebody's tip. See, his intention is to dismantle the tip live on air, gaslight everybody that this is just ridiculous, this notion, but without ever actually denying it. How dare you think that? But dude never denies it. Yeah, the more I hear him talk and bring it up and reference it now, I absolutely do believe those kids were at Jordan's. Absolutely. One, why is it such an issue? You know, he's in a full panic. I don't know. He says that it just happened that day. Who knows?
brother has 2 kids around the same age, and my 2.
Oh, okay.
Thank God that no one knows quite what is going on with my goddamn friggin' niece, my nephew, and my stepkids.
Yeah.
Now they're here taking pictures like fucking freaks.
That's crazy.
Trying to get their next story.
That was kind of funny. All these people are showing up like a bunch of freaks taking pictures, thinking that they've got the next story. Oh man, I'm surprised there's not more photos of your place floating around out there.
Man, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Are you in a rural area of Canada, or are you in the city of Canada? The people are just coming out the woodwork like that?
Well, yeah, no, unless they air tag the truck or an SUV, man, I don't know. Somehow they know, but a lot of people know who the Gettyses are around this area. Anyway, because Dad did own an excavation business. He did. Not some sort.
He did. Not anymore. Past tense. Past tense. He's using past tense. Old Derpwood. Yeah, Cool J, you think Derpwood was talking about this tip before the call took place? Good possibility. If the kids weren't there, why would he even be on Dolly's Patriot Girl? That's a great question. Do you want to hit him up on Facebook? I'm sure he's got all kinds of things to say to those people who reach out. Seems like a pretty happy dude. He's so approachable. Oh, man. Yeah, Tammy, what are you saying? He's thinking, I want to get the money and fame out of this. He's bitter of more than he can chew, bitten off more than he can chew. That's why he sounds like shit in his mouth. Damn lies. Oh, you're all worked up, sounds like. Yeah, why is he so angry? Why is he so angry if the kids were never at your place in the first place? You'd be laughing at a false tip about you in that sense, in that circumstance? Yeah, it would be a bit of excitement. You're like, holy shit. It's not even a denial. Listen, if people are out there thinking this, then You know, wouldn't it be nicer to straighten it out in that sense rather than attack everybody? Right. No, he has something to hide. He's hiding something. The fact that he's just been caught out in a lie, that's not going over well with him. He's really pissed off about that. Now he's going to be super offended that you don't believe him. He's going to be just super pissed off all the time.
He wasn't a fucking cop either. I don't know why these videos are going around.
No, he didn't say, he never said he was a cop.
No, but it's just funny, crazy shit that I'm seeing, the YouTube.
Bonnie Randall, you're saying Jordan Gettys? Jordan melted down hard on Facebook today again? He sounded hinged, even more than usual? Fuck, he's gonna ruin this fucking secret. He's gonna ruin all of this. You imagine, listen. Now you're getting a big step closer to putting cuffs on these individuals. But you'd think the RCMP already know that they're lying about it.
Yeah, I heard that one. Yeah, that's a new one for me. That he was a cop.
In.
No.
He said he told me he was retired and he tinkers around in the yard. That's what he told me.
Exactly what he does. Yeah, he fixes trucks and he works hard as much as he can. His back is blown out. He's an old man.
Yeah,
and he's just trying to help out these kids with the family members that need it. And there's a couple links that went down the line. I don't know any idea about it.
So from your knowledge of Darren, he's always been a good guy.
Sounds like a Canadian version of a leprechaun. Like hillbilly accent in that sense. You don't get, like, how is it you get such an accent living where you do in Nova Scotia is beyond me. You have to be like, something's wrong with you. There's plenty of people in Nova Scotia who don't talk like a complete moron, right? You speak like you're from Newfoundland, for Christ's sakes. There's nothing wrong with the way they speak in Newfoundland, but that's in Newfoundland and you're in Nova Scotia. Like, how is it you sound like some remote fisherman in some fjord outside St. John's? Just tells you how fucking high he is and how off kilter he is. He can't help it. He can't even put on a good face. He sounds like Bubbles. You got a hard Bubbles accent. Ooh. Mike Smith. You see that he's back in court. I saw that he's in trouble with some case in Nova Scotia right now.
Out of you.
Oh, yeah, he's been a good guy to me. Good guy to my brother as much as you can. There's family troubles that have always happened with every family. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah. No, there's no perfect family, not at all.
So it's the crazy things that people are saying right now. Like, I have a hard time even going into town because I feel like people are watching me. They're watching my mom. My poor mother's probably going to having a fucking heart attack at this point. My brother.
Oh, Lord. So it's affecting y'all in y'all's day-to-day life.
Oh, yeah, easy. I couldn't go to work today. Dolly, or what's your...
What a pussy Jordan is. Jordan's nerves is shot as though he's like an 80-year-old woman. You're just so on edge you can't even go to work today because my guess is you're in sheer panic that the RCMP probably caught you in a lie and you're still hard denying it and you're still shitting your pants. Please believe my dad, Dirtwood. Believe my dad. He used to have an excavating business. Oh, well, in that case, no. Bonnie Randall, on one of the Find J&L pages, somebody posted AB's video and Jordan ripped off an unhinged string of comments. Excellent. Oh, you got to get the screenshot of that. Fantastic. Oh, poor Jordan. Why is he so upset? You think that it would be well a little bit of notoriety. But listen, I'm here to find Jack and Lily in this circumstance. Anything that I can do to help out, just let me know, everybody. But no. His priority is to save his own ass. Why are people fucking calling in false tips on me and my great dad Derpwood? Why are you so mad? Why are you so upset? Isn't it all about Jack and Lily? Just so bothered about what he's assuming some random tipster, is thinking.
The real name.
My real name is Jimmy.
Yeah, what's that?
My real name is Jimmy.
Jimmy? Okay, well, I'm Jordan.
Okay, nice to meet you, Jordan.
Jimmy. Imagine Daniel's life, though, too. And the guy did pass the polygraph test.
Yes, he did.
And he's doing as much as he can. And now I don't know, I'm not getting into it too far. I have no really opinion of it. It's just kind of pathetic to me, the way that people on YouTube and on Facebook are adding me and adding, it's insane.
Well, now there's going to be a lot of people talking about you now because
I hope they do talk. Well, I don't hope they do, but I'm trying to clarify. What more did they do than my father did in this situation?
Well, it's just talking. I don't think, a lot of people on the YouTube streets, they make these threats like they're going to do this and they're going to do that. I get a lot of them just being a YouTuber, and nobody ever does nothing. They make these threats like they're going to do something. And I don't even take the threats really serious, but I ain't going to tell people not to take threats seriously because you never know. Somebody may say something. There's a lot of nut jobs out here in this world, but a lot of people over time have threatened me up here, and I don't pay it a lot of mind, but I'm not going to tell other people that because then so I would say take any threat seriously, but I wouldn't worry myself to death about these threats that are coming on the internet because people are just talking shit.
No, they are definitely talking shit. And
especially when you don't know. And then it's not like your family has been accused of doing anything to the kid. But then again, I've heard people say,
the RCMP literally came in, man, and they just asked me, we heard that you were in the front yard playing with the kids.
That's wow. See, that's new.
Fucking seen them in my goddamn life.
Never met the kids, never seen them. The kids that somebody's seen in your yard or your family kids.
No, I guarantee it was probably my brother's kids or it was my woman's kids or something. I don't know. I'm probably bringing heat on me now too, but I want everybody to know that the old man is just trying to do the best he can.
Okay. Well,
and it's more than what they're fucking doing than being negative and accusing.
Yeah, I mean.
So his whole point is, he says, his whole point for calling is to let everybody know that Derpwood is doing the best that he can. Never mind the report to the RCMP. Still no reliable denial in that sense when it comes to this. I appreciate that, Bonnie Randall. You just emailed me the screen grabs. I'll make a little 5-minute video about it. Thank you very much.
It is what it is. This is kind of what the internet is. I don't know if this is your first. I'm sure it is because your family probably hasn't like this. And when stuff like this happens, everybody at some point on YouTube gets accused. I'm just, because I've been here doing true crime for 4 years. This ain't the first, case that I've seen family members get drugged into. There was another case just recently, and every family member in the people's family got blamed. I mean, down to they burnt the kid alive at a construction site, that the cousins did it. That
it's nowhere near what the Gettys are. There's nowhere near that.
Yeah. And so you hadn't seen Daniel right before this, and you've only seen him happen. And you don't really know Malaya, so I can't really ask you nothing about Malaya. What do you think the kids ran off? Do you believe that the kids?
No, I don't want to get my nose stuck into it too far. I have my opinions, but this is what a smart guy looking from the outside. I'm not smart really, but this is what a guy that knows a little bit about bullshit. I can't really say my opinion. I have my opinion, but
let me ask you this:
What does that answer tell you about Jordan? For a guy who knows a little bit about bullshit, He's spinning in circles right now. Absolutely brutal. Listen, Mike Demand's on right now. I'm going to paste his link right here. Mike Damon. Going to see if his internet connection's any better. Hopefully it is. I'm going to pin it to the top of my chat. Oh, shit. Wrong one. Going to pin that to the top of my chat. And we're going to migrate over there, and we're going to continue this conversation, maybe about Jordan Gettys. But we'll pick it up tomorrow. We'll test the connection out then. It better have been fixed. Get over to Mike Demands. Represent. I'll see you guys over there in just a moment. Sweet tea, thank you very much, darling. That's very generous of you. I'm shutting things down. I'll be back first thing in the morning. Don't go anywhere. We're going over to Mike Demands right now. Hit that link, sweet tea. That's very generous of you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. This, I keep getting drop frames, so I mean, this stream is less than sustainable in that sense. Pisses me off. We'll be back tomorrow, but we're going over to watch Mike. Mwah. Hit that link pinned to the top of the chat, everybody.